Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Codex After Dark. This is all about possibilities. My name is Tim. On either side of me over here is the multi-talented Sal the Slab Guy. Down below is the creator of Comic Character of the Day and co-host of Comic Character of the Week, Archduke Kevy, and to his side on either side is the Instagram artist of Instagram artists, Dan Kelly. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing great.
Doing good.
Right.
What's up? How you doing?
I am doing very good, guys. Very good. Very happy to be here. Happy to be here with all of you and all of you watching. So, yeah, if you're watching right now and you are not following us on Twitch or YouTube, go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment for us. It does help with the YouTube algorithm gods and lets them know that we deserve to be shown to other people. You can also find us on all the socials, your favorite ones. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station, and that is where we will be. We also have a website that is called thecodexstation.com. You can get wonderful merchandise. Awesome t-shirts are on the way. Is that bagely art? And you can also get some nice little tidbits of all the people you see on your favorite Codex Station shows. Once again, that is the codexstation.com. Sal, you are on YouTube yourself. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you when they're not watching you here?
All right. I am on YouTube, and I am under Sal's Comic Corner. So you can check me out there, and you can also check me out on Instagram under the Slab Guy 77.
Fantastic. Dan, you also are on Instagram doing some awesome artwork. How can people find you?
I am right up there. You can look on Instagram for Dan Kelly Art. Search hashtag Dan Kelly Art. Commissions are open. I post art and music a few times a week. Stuff like this Berserker #1 sketch cover that I did.
That's nice.
Doesn't look anything like Keanu Reeves, but it still looks okay. So come check it out. Like you said, like, share, subscribe, and then got this cat right here.
Yeah, Kevin, you have a Facebook group. Why don't you let everybody know what that is and where they can find you when you're not on Comic Character of the Week?
All right. I have a Facebook group that's on Facebook that also happens to be on Facebook called Comic Character of the Day, where we post a different character, a different cover, anything humorous, news related to comic books that we all know and love. And we're almost at 500 members. We'd love to have you come and boost that number just over that threshold so we can get out some free comic books. That's a lucky winner. Come on, check us out and bring us over the top, and we can get you some pretty cool swag. Love to have you come and join our family.
Absolutely, absolutely. And before we get started showing pulls and comics from collections, Sal, I would love to know where I can save 20% on comic books.
Have I got the site for you?
Ooh.
Have I got the site for you? There is a place called Heroscornercomics. You can find them on Facebook, or you can find them online under Heroscornercomics.com. You can get back issues, you can get slabs, you can get special variants there, and you can even set up a pull list through their preview box. They're an amazing group of people. They package well, they ship well, and they're great to communicate with. And if you order anything online through their website, use the code CODEX, CODEX, no hyphen, and you can save 20% on that order. Do it.
Wait. How much?
20% on that order.
Well,
Why are
guys,
you not doing it now?
as exciting as all this is, maybe we should let Jamie, who's not here but is always here, show us a little bit about this.
Might is a good idea.
Everyone, if you're anything like me, you love comics, but you also love a good deal. And our friends over at Heroes Corner Comics have just the deal for you. From exclusives to back issues, graded slabs, current issues, and even set up a subscription with them. And all you have to do is use the keyword CODEX at checkout. That's CODEX, and you will save 20% store-wide. So don't miss out.
That's right. Don't miss out. 20% keyword codex. Heroes
Jamie's
Corner
using
Comics.
Jamie's using the sexy bedroom voice there.
That's right.
Sexy.
That's
20%.
He was wearing a
Yes.
headband when he recorded it.
Yeah.
Jamie,
Mhm.
Jamie
All right.
After Dark.
Enough about sexiness and potential lawsuits. Let's get into some dirty comic books here. All right, so I've got some books from the collection that I'm going to show, and then we'll move along to Kevin, what you have this week for polls, and then Dan, we'll go ahead and go to you, and Sal's going to finish us off with a big heaping main course of a lot of books. So if you remember from last week when we were on Codex After Dark, I showed off some very awesome books from a collection that I got a little while ago. Well, I dug through the rest of them and I found some other ones that I would like to show off that I thought were almost as important as the big ones that I showed. And we'll start off with a beautiful 30 center here called The Human Fly.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I've almost got a complete run of that series. I'm like one book away.
I have
Nice.
never heard about this guy until I saw this book here, and I was like, who in the heck is that? So I'm kind of curious to check it out.
It was a real guy. It was a stuntman that they made the comic based on.
Ain't that something? That makes it even more intriguing now.
Like it says at the top of the book, like the greatest or
The
craziest
wildest
superhero.
superhero ever because he's real. First
Yeah.
fantastic issue.
Yeah, it
Interesting.
was a real guy that was a stunt performer.
Well, let me ask you this, Dan. Is he involved in modern Marvel comics or no?
No,
Okay.
they did that. They did the series. I want to say it was. I don't remember exactly. It was around 20 issues, give or take, and then it ended. And
He did one stunt
and that
too
was
many,
it.
and
What ended up happening is after they made the Jeff Goldblum movie in the 80s, it kind of just went,
we can't do this. Moving on. Got another one I don't know a whole lot about. I think I've heard about this character once or twice before this, but this is Omega the Unknown #1.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So this
What's the price on that one? The 25
price
cents?
25 cents. That is correct.
Wow.
And it's got some
Like 70s, huh?
Yeah, it's got some spine stresses on there, but the color really, really pops, and it looks like it's going to be really high science fiction. So there's that. Moving forward, we got a character I think all of you will know. This is a comic book that they let him go on for DC, and this is Judge Dredd.
Oh,
Yeah, not too shabby. So this is, I think, the start of Arresting first issue, August of '94. I think this is when DC got the license to put him out for a little while. And we've got one more here, Judge Dredd, Legends of the Law. This is #1. This is also first issue. The cover on that looks amazing.
That is nice.
Yeah. So moving forward, if you remember movies, Alec Baldwin did this character in the '90s. This is The Shadow, #1 for DC
that's
Comics.
awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's such a great cover.
This is great, and the book itself looks wonderful. It looks its age, but with a 20-cent cover and it holding a lot of that blue in there still.
Yeah,
Chef's kiss, beautiful.
such a
Moving
great character.
forward, let's go to television for a little bit. Who here remembers Elvira?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Elvira, absolutely wonderful. Even on drawing, she's still anyways, check it out. Very good. Very
I think
beautiful.
I think we've all had a crush on Cassandra Peterson at one point.
Her eyes are up here, gentlemen. Her eyes are up here. Let's stick with DC for a
Based on
little
her
bit.
outfit, she doesn't want you looking at her eyes.
Not at all. This is a classic Batman cover. Anybody that knows may know the significance of it. Take a peek.
Oh, yeah. Norman Rayfogel.
That is correct.
That is great.
Early Tim Drake Robin stuff. So this is, I think, within the first couple of months of him being Robin. Just a beautiful cover on its own. This is Batman #465.
Wow. I love the way the cape flows on that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Robin's cape and Batman's for sure.
Long pants. Woo.
Let's stick with Batman for a second. This is the newsstand version of Batman 497. I got 2 copies of this. And
Cool.
I'll know
Oh, nice. Yeah.
My back hurts. I don't know why.
Overstretched, maybe while he was cleaning house, like I did yesterday.
Ugh.
Sticking with DC a little bit more. This one I was pleasantly surprised to see in there. I know this is a little bit more difficult to get a hold of, but this is the Saga of the Swamp Thing, number 1.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah. And if I remember right, this is the series that Constantine debuts in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that Alan Moore era?
Yeah, the same series, but he's not doing the writing at this time.
That was
doesn't
it
come
Len
until
Wein?
later. Shoot, I don't know. It doesn't say on the cover who the writer is, and I haven't really dug too far into it, so I couldn't really tell you. Let's go ahead and stay with DC, bringing back some old characters. We have All-Star Squadron number 1.
Wow. Look at that.
That's another book I'm working on the series for.
Sal's doing some
great.
research for us. He'll let you know, Kevin, here in just a minute when Alan Moore got started.
Yep.
This one I saw, I know it might not be such a big deal to a lot of people, but as soon as I saw the cover and the title, this is on the top of my reading list. This is an Elseworlds title, and it is Batman Holy Terror.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a cool
that.
book.
Oh,
That's
so
a cool
you've
book.
read it?
Yeah.
I've got it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Don't tell me anything about it. I don't want to
No, I'm
know.
going to say I got it right on my bookshelf here with my graphic novels.
That's perfect.
That's a cool
That
book.
is good.
That
That
makes
is a
it
good book.
even more exciting for me to dive into.
Number 20 was when Alan Moore took over writing Swamp Thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. It was Martin Pascoe that wrote the first issue.
Okay, now we're going
He's
to go
correct.
to...
Yeah,
in that verse, and that's actually Swamp Thing Volume 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that I showed was Volume 1 or Volume 2?
Volume 2.
Perfect.
That was only two. Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go company
I don't know why.
crossovers. Now we're going to do DC and Dark Horse, and it
Ooh.
is... These are the newsstand versions. I also have the deluxe versions that'll be coming up after this. This
I
is
hope that's the
Batman
first one.
versus the Predator. The first time the
Yep.
team
Oh yeah, I have those.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a cool one too.
Yeah, that's newsstand number 1. This is
Have you
newsstand
seen-
number 2.
I say, have you seen the was it the
Oh,
fan
Batman
film, the
Dead
Batman
End? Oh,
versus
yeah.
Predator thing?
Oh yeah,
You won Sal over with Predator.
number 3. This
Yep.
cover I like the least. I'm not a big fan of what Batman looks like on this cover.
Yeah, I can see that.
But then we have the deluxe versions, and I don't really know the difference between the two, except that one's bigger than the other. But we've got a connecting cover here. Let's see. Can't really see, so we'll start with Batman, and
That's
then
nice.
go with the Predator.
That's
So they're like
awesome.
facing off each other.
Yeah, and then cover number 2 looks wonderful. Save the clock tower. Save the clock tower.
I miss the days
Bolt of
when all
lightning.
these companies would do, because there was a time when there would be a lot of company crossovers, and it's just
Yeah,
it's been so
not
long since
anymore.
we've gotten that.
Well, they're
Yeah.
all owned by big super duper companies now that don't want to share the spotlight.
Yeah.
But fun fact, all these covers are Arthur Sweden artwork.
Oh,
Yeah, for Marvel
Okay.
Zombies. And this is Batman vs. Predator number 3. This is my favorite of the 3 covers.
Mm.
can you put a little bit closer?
Yeah, he's tearing the roof right off of the Batmobile.
That's awesome.
That's gonna piss
Yeah.
Batman off.
Yeah, very much so. Got a couple more. We're gonna do adaptations of movies and television.
What was what's the
So
what's the insurance company? The Mayhem commercials was it Allstate?
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Protect yourself from mayhem, like me.
like I do.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna go to TV adaptations. This is Marvel. This is a 35 center, and this is Battlestar Galactica number 1.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
The original.
Nice.
Very nice. I was very excited to see that in there. I used to watch that show when I was a kid, so
Yeah.
seeing that was awesome. Here's another one that I thought was really cool. This is a 60 center, and this copy. It looks gorgeous. It's near mint. This is the Further Adventures of Indiana Jones.
I have that too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I have that. Yeah.
And a newsstand too.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
I don't
Yeah,
have that one, but I've got some of the Dark Horse miniseries.
the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles and stuff like that.
No, they did a bunch. Dark Horse did a bunch of like 4-issue.
Oh, yeah.
that weren't based. That were just like original stories.
Yep. Well, here's one that I thought was cool. This is one that I've kind of been on the hunt for a while, just for the simple fact of having it. But this is his first Darkhawk issue, or Dark Horse issue, not Darkhawk. All hail Darkhawk, by the way.
All hell, Dark Horse.
First Dark Horse issue. This is the Terminator.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And in the collection, I got RoboCop versus Terminator. I didn't pull those out, but I do have these. And I know that I used to have both of them when I was a kid. And these got dog-eared beyond repair when I had them. So this is the newsstand version, or the paperback version, I guess. Batman.
Oh, the movie adaptation.
The movie adaptation.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Denny O'Neil did the writing for this. And I have the deluxe version, which I think is the better cover, and it should have been a movie poster.
Yeah,
That is so classic.
Yes, absolutely.
That's such a great cover.
I went to the theater with my dad to see this movie, and afterwards we got these comics, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for this week. Kevin, you're up. What do you got, buddy?
All right. So I'm not a big fan of the character per se, but I've been collecting the God, the lighting is terrible. Sorry. Miss Marvel, because of the Dark Web. I've been collecting the Dark Web.
Okay.
Big fan of that. This is, of course, one of the main lines of it, featuring Dan's favorite artist, John Ramota Jr.
There you go.
JR.
Yep. I'm not generally doing the Avengers, but they're building towards some big event, so I've been collecting it recently. So we doing the Spider-Man, the limited series run, Spider-Man, the end of the Spider-Verse. It's kind of the premise of it, not the title. But I got kind of a classic cover, variant classic, different cover for number 4. I thought that was really
Looks like
cool.
Spider-Man Team Up.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Miles.
Or Marvel Team Up, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm
Like
not
Marvel
doing
2-in-1.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
the old school. I'm not collecting. I'm not doing the Hulk run, but Joe Fix It. I love that entire run of the Hulk, so I have to start collecting those. The covers of the new Fantastic Four series are just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I haven't read this current issue, but the first 2 were very intriguing.
Okay.
Big fan of the current run of Batman.
Yes.
Because of I keep messing it up. It's Tinian, I think, is doing. No, it's not. Who's doing?
No, it's Zdarsky.
Zdarsky.
Yeah.
I don't know why I confused the two. I think mainly because both of them are just incredibly on fire right now.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. This is like my pick of the year for great runs, like surprising runs.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy's. So I've been a big fan of the current Punisher and Daredevil run because they're kind of running the stories are running parallel to each other, and they're building towards a collision, which I'm really looking forward to.
The hand in the fist, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with that, I had to pick up variant cover for Daredevil number 7. Classic, right there.
I like that.
Right,
That's
it's great.
nice.
Big fan of anything Sandman related, so I'm picking up the Dead Boy Detectives.
There you go.
one that just started. Highly recommend this series, All Against All. It's
Okay.
It's
I've heard of that one.
Image, and it's science fiction, takes place in the future, and just very different from anything else I've read in a long time. It's bloody brilliant.
Okay.
With that, I got was this number two, or number one, whichever one of them was number one. The other one was number two.
It would say on the cover, Kevin.
Oh no, you would think, right?
Usually,
Sometimes.
the cover's the front.
Okay, book one, book two.
It's
There
on
you
the, yeah.
It's different. It's variant covers, which they don't always have the.
Yeah.
in that.
It's
So
very
that's
true. It's very
It's
true.
my-
Yeah, sometimes you gotta look on that barcode on the back.
It's,
Or
it's
just
just
open
like
it up and read it. Look at it. Look at
it's just like the Facebook group on Facebook.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. I like
this
that.
is.
I like
War
a lot of
Against
them
Time.
classic covers. Those look really
Yeah.
cool.
Right, these are classic. I mean, this is almost very.
Very 60s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very classic. Secret Invasion variant cover number 3. Look at that. That is amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They are getting us
Yeah.
ready for it, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Seriously. Big fan of the characters. I've been collecting the Sword of Azrael series.
Ooh, okay.
Number 5, 6, 6 of 6. So I got the whole run. Woo.
Perfect.
Wildcats. I love the original
Yeah, they brought them back.
current
They're so
series.
wild. They're so wild.
They're
Now, I haven't read-
crazy cats.
I haven't read the new book, but the guy at the shop told me that it's the characters, like some of them are from the DC versus Vampire universe, and some of them are from like I forget what the other universe is. The
New 52?
the deceased universe or something. Is that
Oh,
true?
Ooh.
Well, tell you what, I will tell you as soon as I start reading the series.
Fair enough, Kevin. Fair enough.
It's not. I'm backlogged for all my crap here. I admit. Kaya, I'm still haven't read any of these yet, but I remember the premise being very intriguing. So that's on my. Check out this cover. The variant. Is it variant? Maybe the original, but Miles Morales, Spider-Man #1.
Ooh,
That's a
Very
cool cover.
nice.
Isn't that
I
really
like that.
pretty? All right. This is one
I
that
have to say, I honestly like seeing him in his original outfit more
Yeah.
than in the hoodie outfit or whatever it is.
I
that he was
agree.
wearing
I don't
for a
like his
while.
current costume.
No.
So
His
I
what
think
if
I'm
the American costume was really cool.
the only one that's read this series, and I love it. It's like one of the best things I've read in quite some time. A Calculated Man #4.
Ooh, okay. What
This-
company is that? Is that Aftershock?
Aftershock, yes.
Well, I don't know if you'll get any more of those.
All right. So
Yeah.
They're in bankruptcy
Deadly-
and can't pay their artists.
serious. Deadly Neighbors and Spider-Man #2. Big
Nice.
fan of that run. Carnage #9.
Yeah,
Sal, you showed
are
that
wicked
last
covers.
week, didn't you?
yeah,
Man,
those are
I-
wicked covers.
Yeah.
And behind-
Even the Ultimates are wicked.
so
Yeah.
good.
Love the character, so I've been picking up Monica Rambeau, Photon,
Photon. Yeah.
cover #2 here. I don't know how good the
You know what
lighting
that
is.
looks like an homage to? Justice League International.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah,
What-
she's
what
got
do
to
you
be in
look
the
at?
running for a character
Yeah.
that's had the most different code names in comics.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
her and Hank Pym.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Miles Morales, Spider-Man #2.
Very
Yep.
nice.
Good cover.
Very nice.
Scorpion as well.
Yeah. Big fan of the run. Ghost
Ghost
Rider
Rider,
#10.
Okay. Did you hear that Danny Ketch is coming back as Ghost Rider?
Yes, the next issue. They kind of featured him at the last page of this issue. And it's like a cliffhanger. Those bastards. I'm like, oh, come on.
I'm excited about that.
How dare they make you buy the next
What's
issue?
that?
Right?
How dare they make you buy the
Right?
next issue?
Son
At
of
least it's not a
gun.
Netflix show, or you'd be left with no resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna
true.
cancel that. It's done. It's over.
Wow, we got a show with really good ratings. Let's cancel it.
Did we make our money back? Yeah, we did. Okay, good.
All right. Daredevil, the regular cover for Daredevil
Very
number
nice.
7.
The
Such
A
good
covers
shit.
on Daredevil are wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh God, yeah. Still huge fan. Got the run. Moon Knight number 19.
Very nice.
If you're not reading Moon Knight, read Moon Knight.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I third that absolutely.
Mhm. I Hate Fairyland number 3. Fun run, right here. Venom number 15.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that looks familiar.
Kind of right.
How many of those do you have, Sal?
We won't talk about it. Let's move on.
Watch Sal's Comic Corner on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen.
Guess what?
How
Guess
many
what?
he
Everyone
had.
in the Codex station is getting for Christmas from Sal next year.
Bunch of Venom covers.
I actually got the last one that's available.
'Cause Sal got all the other
Western
ones.
Era.
It's all good. All right.
Lazarus Planet, Assault on Krypton, number
Nice.
1. Huge
Very
fan
nice.
of what they're doing with the Lazarus Planet. I mean, it's opening up DC to the greater universe again the way it should be. I'm a little bit annoyed that I got this one because I thought it was the first printing. It's the second printing of Star Wars Yoda, number 1.
Hey, it's a lesser print run, more sought after. So you did good.
Yeah. See? This is a very interesting miniseries as well. Spider-Man Lost Hunt, number 3.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Okay.
That's been good.
Gearing us
It's
up
been
for the
good.
Aaron Taylor Johnson Craven vegan movie.
Yeah,
And
Go see that. in
Raven
theaters.
the environmentalist,
That's right.
conservationist.
Yeah. I will kill these humans to save these animals, but I won't eat them. Okay.
And then have Quicksilver come out of nowhere, beat the crap out of it, and then actually be worth
Right.
watching.
And then Godzilla
And-
will come in because he's in that
And then
movie.
kick
too.
ass's friend that doesn't really do a whole lot.
We could go on and on.
And then my last one, drum roll please, DC Black Label, Fables number 157.
Ooh.
Cool.
Very nice.
Is that the B cover?
I think so.
Dan, I think the question
Usually-
is that Bagley art?
Is that Bagley art?
A lot of times, what they've done recently, which I really liked, is they'll actually say variant cover on the cover. So
Yeah.
this one doesn't say that. So it may or may not be. I'm not entirely 100% on that. But you know who we
Marvel
could find out? You know who we can ask to find out? Hey, Sal, is this the variant cover?
What's this, Fables? I'll check it out.
Research guy.
Well, while Sal's doing that, Dan, what do you got for books this week?
First, let me pop open another adult beverage here.
With your Mjolnir?
Yeah, with my Thor bottle opener.
This is the biggest bottle opener I've ever seen.
Is he worthy
Anyways,
though?
I asked if that was the B cover because
That
Yeah,
is
that
the
is the B
question.
cover.
The A cover for Fable
All right, there you go.
157.
There you go.
Yep.
I
it is
actually
the B
haven't
cover.
read any of them since they came back because it's been so long since the Fable series. I'm like, I've got to reread at least the last storyline in Fables before I start this, and I haven't had a chance to yet. So
Well,
they're
seems
just kind
like-
of sitting there.
It seems
I
like
think
because Batman vs. Bigby was such a hit that Fables is making
Yeah.
a comeback.
Well, they announced they
Well-
were doing, I think, 12 more issues of Fables and the Batman Bigby series to bring it back for a bit. So
Got it.
I mean, I'm happy.
Well, you-
Fables was a fantastic series. It's been so long since I read it. I gotta go back to
Yeah.
refresh myself before I started again.
So,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you let Sal go that long researching it before you were like, oh, by the way, yeah, it was the movie.
Well, it might not be the B cover. It could be the C, D, E cover.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Go on, Dan. What do you got?
Namor #4.
Nice.
Great series.
Stargirl, The Lost Children #3.
Ooh, very nice.
Jeff
That
Johns,
is-
Todd Nauck, and a bunch of Golden Age characters that never existed, but technically, or didn't exist, but they're saying they could have. And so,
fair
the
enough.
series that
End result,
he's not reading, the new Hulk.
it was the sorry the they didn't exist, but with the last issue of Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, it opened up the possibility out there.
Yeah, those whole storyline is like, the missing, like, it's like all these old Golden Age characters had sidekicks, and then they all kind of disappeared around the same time, and they were just forgotten about. And it's, oh, hey, we're gonna find these. So
Right.
it's a pretty cool storyline, because who would have thought like Our Man would have a sidekick,
Minute Boy,
Yeah.
Second
Punisher
Lad.
#9.
Ooh, that's a nice cover.
I think
That's
this is
pretty wicked,
only a 12-issue series, so it's starting to wind down. The new Flash 791.
Right on. Oh, that's the Minute War, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the second part of it.
Yes, that story has me intrigued.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the last new book I have is the final issue of Batman Fortress #8, which has been a cool book. I bought it just because I was like, oh, it's Derek Robertson drawing Batman. I'm in. But the story's actually been pretty cool too. And they introduce it's in an alternate world, so nothing really affects the DC proper. But they introduce a new Green Lantern in it, which is a pretty cool drunk alien guy that's friends with Batman.
Nice.
Then I got this too. I got it for Christmas from my wife, and I just haven't had a chance to show it off on here because I wasn't able to do After Dark last week. So this is the first of the 2-issue Steranko History of Comics.
Ooh,
Nice.
With let me open up, give the
holy smokes!
the full cover, which
Look at
I wish I could have this on a poster. But yeah, it's Jim Steranko just writing
treasury
Treasury
size,
size.
or bigger than
Yeah,
that?
writing-
looks like a treasury size.
just writing the history of comic books.
That's
He
amazing.
did two books, and this is the first one of it.
That's
They were-
great.
Yeah, and they were selling it at a antique mall about half an hour from us, and saw it one day, and it's like, oh, that's cool. My wife went back and got it for me. So yeah,
That's
awesome.
that's even better.
I'm anxious to be able to jump into that.
Nice.
It's funny.
That's cool.
That is the first one. I know that because your wife bought me the second one. So
Oh,
Zinga.
zing.
Dan, those are great books. Wonderful as always to see them. Sal, why don't you take us the long way home and show us what you got today?
Hey, come on,
Okay.
Daddy Warbucks.
I promise this is the trimmed down stack. Actually, Kevin actually had a lot of the issues I had already, so I'll probably just eliminate those. So let's go. Let's go. Get some popcorn. Get ready.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to start off with is with this Dark Web. You get a lot of demonized covers.
yeah.
So we're going to start off with the demonized issues. So I got a Scarlet Witch demonized.
Oh, actually, I don't have that on my list, but that I just got the same one. Yep.
That's great.
We've got Storm demonized.
That
Oh,
looks
X-Men Red.
amazing.
Wow.
Sal, I'm going to give you my address after we're done here.
Right. Okay. This I believe is Sabretooth. I have not read this yet, but that looks
Yeah.
like a Sabretooth demonized.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's good.
At first
Yeah,
glance, I
the-
thought it was like I thought it was Caliban, but then
Mm.
when you said Sabretooth, I was like, oh, yep, that makes more sense.
So, because it has the, you see this costume, it has the striping.
From
Yeah.
the 90s?
yeah.
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 Mhm. See the striping on him. So All right, so got Mary Jane and Black Cat with Mary Jane demonized.
Ooh, very nice.
This was one of my favorites. The Strange demonized.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
This is another one of my favorites here. Got Photon demonized.
Ooh, wow.
And I
Is that
have not
number
read
2?
any of this series. Yep. I have not read any of this yet, but I'm excited to read this. I just got to get a chance to read it.
All right.
Got Wolverine demonized.
No,
so,
it's great.
like, looks like every other Tuesday for Wolverine sometimes. So, and then
Man, Hair
Moon
Day
Knight
fan.
demonized.
Ooh,
That one's
Oh,
really
man.
cool.
I like that.
Man.
All right, so moving on. Let me just pull out a couple more over here. And we just do this. All right. So this is a Dark Crisis on Infinite Earth number 7, the George Perez.
So
Cover.
good.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
yeah, the
nice.
tribute cover. That one's nice.
Yeah, the tribute cover.
Mhm.
That
That's
was
beautiful.
We have the Extreme XN, the throwback cover.
Oh, that's
Ah.
awesome.
That's great.
It is.
I got Batman and the Deadly Joke, the Deadly Duo, Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo.
Wow.
Oh, that's
So that's
cool.
a variant cover.
Mhm.
It's a very
And the same-
mean-looking
same issue.
Batman. Ooh, wow.
Nice.
And this one's going to give you nightmares.
That one.
Oh, that's awesome. Who's
Mhm.
you know who the artist is?
I do not know yet because I have not started this series yet.
Well, Mark
But-
Silvestri draws the book. I don't know who did the variants.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark
Don't know
Silvestri
either.
is writing and drawing it.
Wow. So it's going to be good at least.
Yeah.
That
So we got
looks good.
Spider-Man number 17.
Mhm.
So I believe this is a third cover. That's a C cover. We got the Avengers Disney style.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
That's great. If you don't find that adorable, then you need to go to bed.
And of course, there's the
Yeah.
let's see one that Kevin had.
Yep,
Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse.
Nice.
Ooh.
Carnage.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
seen that. That's great.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. The regular A cover.
Ooh,
Mhm.
There we go. Mary Jane and Black Cat. Oh,
That's wonderful.
Good.
Mary Jane and Black Cat.
Hmm.
This was a Spider-Man alternate cover. Mimics or gives a homage to
Ooh,
Spider-Man and more.
that is amazing.
That is cool.
Wow.
And then we got Spider-Man 17 variant cover, the Insidious 6. Looks like a sketch type
Wow.
of drawings on it. All right. Moving on. Mando. One of the covers of Mando.
Yeah.
Mandalorian. We'll just move that over here. Gold Goblin action, which I'm actually digging this series.
And that is
Me
Goblin
too.
Queen on the cover. We talked about that last week.
We talked about, with not Goblin Queen.
Oh, that's right. It's not. Okay.
It's not
Same
Goblin
question,
Queen.
same answer.
Same answer. And I'm not telling you what it is just yet because they're alluding to something else within the Dark Web storyline with that character.
Ooh.
It's
Okay.
the Goblin Princess.
She's
I'm
a
actually,
princess.
I'm really enjoying the Gold Goblin series too.
Okay, so we got Dark Crisis Big Bang number 1 with looks like the superhero
Oh.
girls,
Wow, that's
Wow.
great.
Mhm.
and that looks like the Joker guy from the '88 movie, Batman '88.
Mm. Oh, Bob.
Yeah, gonna need a moment alone, boys. This is
Bob
Dark Crisis Big
got
Bang variant as well.
Ooh, look at that.
Mm.
So we got the Miles Morales Spider-Man,
Nice.
and same one that Kevin had there with Scorpion.
Very nice.
This is the Dark Crisis A cover.
Okay.
Dark Crisis number
Okay.
what, 7?
Dark Crisis number 1 shot. This is the one shot.
Oh,
Big
okay.
Bang. Sorry. Dark
Yeah.
Crisis Big Bang 1 shot.
Okay.
I think that was the one that came out right between issues 6 and 7, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I've shown these before, but got Green Lantern, Emerald Knight, and the variant,
yeah.
which I love this cover.
That
Ooh,
was
like
That is a
that.
great cover.
that's super cool.
That was pretty awesome. We got another Dark Crisis Big Bang with like the superhero girls again.
Right on. Looks like North Star.
Yeah, it does. It does. One of the Fantastic Four covers that Kevin did not show.
Oh,
So
Fantastic.
good.
that is nice.
Let's keep moving on. All right, Fantastic Four. We got the Galactus, Herald of Galactus homage.
Nice.
Ooh.
The one that Kevin showed.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
picked this one up because this was an awesome cover.
Great
Avengers.
Cool.
All right. I love this. This is a Gold Goblin cover, but it's the homage to the, I think it's 121.
Yep,
Oh, 121. There you go. Yep.
I have that one being shipped to me as we speak.
Okay. This is Miles Spider-Man. I love this one. It's the homage to the three.
Love that
the
McFarlane
300.
Spider-Man
McFarlane
in the
Spider-Man.
box. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mando.
That
There you
one's
go.
Mando. Moon Knight. That one that Kenny had.
Very nice.
Variant of Moon Knight, which is the homage to the first cover or first issue.
Very nice.
The Miss Marvel one that Kevin showed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Daredevil that Kevin showed.
No.
That's a good issue.
And also that one.
Love that.
Yep.
Second number another Carnage issue, but I believe this is the A cover.
The
No,
Carnage
sorry,
covers,
this is a C cover. Sorry, that's the
They
C
are-
cover.
all the Carnage covers are awesome so far.
The Carnage
that
run, the
Bagley?
covers are so pretty.
That's
Oh
not
my
Bagley
God.
art, guys.
It's not Bagley art.
Mm-mm.
Dark Crisis Big Bang. I love this cover.
Ooh,
So
very
it's the
nice.
Russian version of
Hmm.
Superman.
Ooh, last Sun or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Red Sun.
Red Sun.
Red
Red
Sun.
Sun.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like because it's got this, it's got the Russian symbol on there.
Hammer and sickle.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Very
mhm.
nice.
So
Wow,
I love the
love
punch.
it.
It's like bam. So
I like how
action
they
on
drew Batman in that Red Sun series
Comrade.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
with the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on. Got gargoyles.
Very nice.
There we go. There we go. That's the angle I'm
I'm
looking
kicking
for.
myself for not picking up the first issue of that when it came out.
The variant with that.
No.
Variant with that.
Mm.
Variant with that.
Holy crap, dude.
Very nice.
And my favorite variant was this one.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that looks good.
Desdemona.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the
Desmona.
name?
Yep.
Desmona.
Sounds
Desmona.
like we're watching fireworks. Ooh. Ah.
Uh,
Ah.
Ooh.
so this is the
Good.
Batman Spawn. This is the glow in the dark cover.
Oh, wow.
Good
Have not
fireworks
tried
right
it
there.
yet.
It was amazing.
One copy of Venom number 15.
One copy.
One copy. One copy of this
Not
one.
negative.
One copy of this one, which can be shown. And now we got Dark Web X-Men.
15
Mhm.
copies of that.
Is that
Havoc's getting a little trouble.
Havoc? And his
Yeah,
old
that's
Batman?
Havoc and
Nice.
Maddie.
Havoc's getting a little trouble there. We got Murder World Spider-Man,
Yes.
which I haven't read yet. Is that got the is that Murder World like arcade?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I can't wait to read that.
Yeah.
So we got the variant to that one.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the podcast when it was announced, and Sonny was
Yeah.
very excited for it.
All right.
I didn't
So
get
the-
any of those, but they were coming out with Murder World Moon Knight, and that's the one I'm like, sold. Got
Okay.
it. Gotta get it.
So we got Amazing Spider-Man number 14 with the Hallows Eve on the cover.
Very
Mhm.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have one with Chasm.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Almost done.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting there.
Oh. We're in the home stretch.
All right.
We've got Amazing Spider-Man 15. One copy of that cover.
hmm
And then we have number 16.
Ooh, nice.
That's Bagley art.
Yep. And I love this cover. This cover of 16 is a great alternate cover on that one.
That's great.
Mm.
And then we got this one.
Lots of Spider-Man today.
Yep. And here's one Kevin showed earlier.
Right.
Ooh, very nice.
We got the Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm liking this cover.
Ooh.
Because
That is cool.
the way it's drawn, it looks like he's huge in the background and his hands covering the entire car there
Wow.
in the foreground.
That's great.
Yeah. Got the one that Kevin showed as well in the coffin.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we got Dark Web X-Men. Once again,
Mhm.
Havoc going to the other side. Looks like he's going to be an asshole.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Did I say
Runs
that
in
out
the
loud?
family.
Did I say that out loud? I didn't say it out loud.
It's after dark, so it's okay.
Okay, very good. Got Joe Fixit, which I can't wait to read
Yes.
this series.
Right.
We got Scarlet Witch using the red variant armor.
Ooh.
That's great. That's wonderful. Best cover of all of them.
So we got
Must
Moon
have.
Knight. This looks like to be. This is the first copy, A cover.
Ooh.
Okay.
What's the A cover? The 8 cover was nice. We got that Peach Momoko
yeah.
cover. That
She's
was nice.
doing really good on covers.
I actually did not like her in the beginning. Like
Me
when she was
either.
first becoming on the scene,
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't like the covers, but now I've like grown into it and I like it.
The only
Yeah,
thing I
she's-
really seen her do that I liked
she's-
was that Mandalorian she did for the Star Wars
Yeah,
magazine.
right. I think I saw that one.
She grows
All
on
right,
you.
so more demonized covers. We got Captain America demonized.
Very
Mhm.
nice.
Let me put those over here. We have Shang-Chi demonized.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's neat.
Got some rings floating around him.
We got some Amazing Spider-Man demonized. That's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like he's a huge creature, spider-type creature in there. This one's one of my favorites. She-Hulk demonized.
That looks so good.
That's awesome.
Busting
Fun
through.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. One more demonized. And this is a Mary Jane and Black Cat, but this is Black Cat demonized.
Good, nice.
Wow.
I'm trying to keep all those demonized together, but not happening.
Mm.
We got Mary Jane and Black Cat, number 1.
That's cool. Is that J. Scott Campbell doing that cover?
That is J. Scott Campbell
Yeah.
cover. Yep.
You can see his artwork a mile away.
Mile away. And I love it. We got the Peach Momoko cover.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this is a 6 cover. This is a 6 cover of this.
I love the
Black-
newspaper covers.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
those are not utilized near enough, and when they do them, they look awesome.
Okay.
Agreed.
And now I've got it looks like a Black Label Batman One Dark Knight,
Ooh,
Yep, I
very
got that
nice.
one. I got that one. Nice.
which doesn't fit in the
Yeah,
bins exactly right, and you got to put it to the
Right.
side. Kind of pissed me off. But
Yeah,
okay.
those Black Label books are just like,
They're oversized.
And last but not least, the Slab.
Yes.
Number
the one I'm
16,
jealous of.
4.5.
Nice.
Tell us about that, Sal. Give us a little bit of history.
This is the 3rd appearance of the Sentinels in this one. Came out in 1966. Stan Lee's story, of course.
Mhm, mhm.
Looks like
Jack
it's
Kirby.
Werner Roth and Dick Ayers art. Jack Kirby cover and layouts.
Nice.
So that's a Jack Kirby cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like Kirby. Mhm.
And a 4.5. I don't
4.5.
think- did you have any work done to it?
No.
You just sent it in as is.
No. I didn't send this in. I bought it off a Facebook group. I saw it on a whim. It was one of those posts where they say, "Hey, post what you got for sale," type of things.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I go through it. And I saw this one, and I'm like, and I looked up the price. I did some research on it, and he had it right at the fair market value. And I said, "Okay,
Sweet spot.
sweet spot. I'll take it."
Fair
So,
enough.
so that was my treat to myself on that one. And that is what I have. If you want to see my full pools, you can check out my video on Sal's Comic Corner. And
You want to see why we keep making fun of him for the Venom books?
Right.
yeah.
And
So-
good knife handling.
Mm-hmm.
With that, so you kind of have a choice out there, everybody. You can either watch the full pull list for Sal or watch one of the Lord of the Rings movies. Either way, it's about the same time.
I think I
Both
would
are
lose.
gonna be
I think I
good.
would lose that. I would lose that every time. I think people would much rather watch Lord of the Rings than me.
I don't know, Sal. The graphics you have for the knife work warning. That I was
Your
dying. I was. It was
Your
hilarious.
graphics in the past couple of videos have been really awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
they've
you.
been
Thank
on
you.
point.
I was doing I'm starting to do now the cover spin up,
Yeah.
to show you a close up instead of me going, look at this cover, it's really great, type of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, all right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and move to our first topic. But before we do, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to find us on all the socials. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station. That's where we'll be. We've got the website, thecodexstation.com. You can find Kevin and all of us on the Facebook group Comic Character of the Day. Sal, you can find over on Sal's Comic Corner on YouTube, and Dan Kelly. You can find him on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. And ladies and gentlemen, we are all over the place here at the Codex Station on all your favorite shows. Comic Character of the Week, the podcast right here on After Dark, and
Mhm.
so much more. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get this topic out of the way. We're going to kind of do it round table. I want everybody to just kind of go one at a time, and I'll go ahead and start it off, but it's actor swapping. So
Mhm.
basically what that is
Not what
actors
you think.
not at all. So basically it's actors from Marvel or DC and what we think they would fit in the opposing company's movie roles or character roles. I'm going to let you know what Sonny said from the Codex podcast. He said Henry Cavill as Wonder Man,
Mhm.
Idris Elba as Bishop,
Mhm.
Scarlett Johansson as Mara, and Michael Fassbender as Deathstroke. Those were his
Mhm.
choices.
Nice.
Now, I did
ones.
pose this question to my son. He's 11. And Ethan, this is what he says. And two of them surprised me. One I can really see, and the
Mhm.
other I would have kind of a hard time with. But if he did it right, it would be good. So he says Henry Cavill as Captain America.
Hmm.
can see that.
Mhm.
He said Robert Downey Jr. as Deathstroke.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the one I could
All right.
see. I could really see him as Deathstroke. This is
That'd
the
be
one
an
I
interesting take.
yeah, this is the one I had a hard time with. Ryan Reynolds as Batman. And then he kind of brought me back and said Tom Holland as Robin. I can see
Hmm.
that. And
Yeah.
then he said Scarlett Johansson as Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So there's that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and give you mine. I'll just go ahead and give the first one, and then Sal, go ahead and go next. Dan, and then Kevin, you'll round us out. We'll just go right around. So my first choice is Christopher Reeve. We know him as Superman.
Hmm.
I think he would have made a wonderful Cyclops.
Interesting.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that absolutely. I think he would do perfect in the role. He's got the the stature, the commanding presence, that kind of thing that Cyclops would need. And with Christopher Reeve having studied at Juilliard, he would know exactly how to do that. But
Hey, hypothetically speaking, if you wanted to learn more about Cyclops, where could you go to find out more about Cyclops?
the internet, local comic shops, or you could watch Comic Character of the Week.
There we go.
For one of Jamie's best shows ever.
There you go. Absolutely. Sal, carry us along. What do you got for a choice?
Okay, I'll save my better ones for last, but I went with this one, and I kind of like it. Probably gonna get some hate. I thought Ben Affleck would make a good older Reed Richards.
Yeah, see that.
Because everybody doesn't like Ben Affleck, but I like him as an actor. I think he's very good. He's very broad in his acting range. And older Reed Richards, I think he could pull that off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Affleck, except for that middle part of that J-Lo part of his career.
Jersey Girl is a good movie. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I'm talking about like Forces of Nature and Geely.
Reindeer Games.
Reindeer Games was a fun movie.
Anyways, moving on.
It's
all
not
right, Dan,
but it's entertaining.
Dan, give us one.
I'm gonna go with one that as soon as they were talking about casting Hercules in the MCU, this was the actor I thought of, Jay Courtney, who plays Captain Boomerang in the DC in the Suicide Squad. I thought of him as like, you know what, he could do the comedies type stuff. And then if you go back and watch him when he was on Spartacus, like he's already kind of got the Hercules look, so he can do the serious stuff. He can do the kind of comedy that goes with Hercules too. You know, he's built, he's big, he's young enough that he could play the role for a while. So that was someone that I thought like, yeah, this guy would be great at that role.
I could see that. Okay,
that's pretty good.
Kevin, what about you?
Kevin,
I'm gonna go. My first couple are going to be some pretty deep cuts, if you know the characters. I was thinking Gal Gadot as Sabra, is a Israeli mutant I know, once again, you got to really know the characters, but
Okay.
Sabra, Marvel's Israeli mutant for Gal Gadot.
Got
Okay.
it.
Who
Okay.
will be in the next Captain America movie?
What's that?
She's going to be in the next Captain America movie.
Uh-oh,
There
the
you go.
crossovers are already happening.
Mm.
Well, no, the character Sabra. I don't know who's playing her.
Kevin's our insider. He just
Oh,
told
well,
us.
there you go.
He just exposed it. You heard it here
Right.
first, people.
Right here
I
on the
was being
codex
subtle
station.
about it. Way to go heavy-handed with it there, man. Damn.
All right, so here's one I think is a no-brainer. Jason Momoa, we know him as Aquaman. I think he would be a perfect Sabretooth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
think he would
call.
do great as
Mhm.
Sabretooth. I think he's
Mhm.
got the chops, and it
Mhm.
would get him ready to play Lobo in the future.
Yeah. Very good.
Sal, what do you got?
All right, so let's go with this one. I got Gary Oldman doing an older Tony Stark.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh,
Gary
okay.
Oldman is my favorite actor. That dude can
He-
do no wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly. He could play
That's good.
any character and would pull it off
You could
perfectly.
play a
Anything.
paper
Yep.
bag. Gary
Exactly.
Oldman as Paper the Bag.
As Paper.
Oh, God,
Who's
that's
the
greatest
paper
movie of
tag
2023.
Spider-Man.
You heard it here, folks.
There you go. Dan, what about you? What's your next pick?
So since I went DC to Marvel, the next one I'll do is Marvel to DC, and I kind of cheat a little bit. It's the character Lex Luthor, but there's two different actors that were in Marvel movies I think could play him, though they
Okay.
would play wildly different versions of him. So I would say as Lex Luthor, either Robert Downey Jr. or Powers Booth.
Powers
Ooh.
Booth, all the way.
Wow.
I would go with Powers Booth on that.
100%. Yep. Robert Downey
Hmm.
Jr., sorry. Powers Booth is going to play Lex Luthor.
No, like I said, I think they would both be good, but they would play very different versions of the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see
Because-
that.
Tony Stark is like right there on the edge sometimes.
hmm
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Kevin, what's your next pick? What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Henry Cavill as Captain Britain. Might be a little bit on the nose, but I mean, perfect. Really.
Kevin's just exposing all these casting choices. Keep going, man. Yeah, I'm writing these down.
All right.
That is a great pick, though. That
Yeah.
has been fan casting since there was the whiff in the air that Captain Britain might be in a movie. Okay, Henry
Yeah.
Cavill.
So good.
He's
Yeah,
been
him as
talking.
Captain Britain or him as Union Jack.
Yeah, either one
Okay,
of
I
those.
see that too.
Let the man actually speak British for once.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So here's one that I think would be amazing. Jesse Eisenberg, we know him as Lex Luthor. I think he would do wonderfully as Arcade.
Yeah.
Good one.
I think he would
Yeah.
be great.
If you watched his version of Lex Luthor, that could be the Arcade right there.
It's
Yeah.
right there. That's
Yeah.
exactly
Because that
right.
wasn't Lex Luthor. That was more like Arcade.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the lab coat and everything. Just give him a polka dot bow tie.
Yeah,
Mm.
done.
Yeah.
Sal,
All
what
right.
do you got?
So here's a interesting one. I think I got Tilda Swinton as the Enchanters.
Really? Okay.
Interesting.
So what role does she play that we would know?
She was the ancient one in Doctor Strange.
That's right. And
Mhm.
you see her as Enchantress. That's interesting.
It is interesting.
Okay. I could see it though. She'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right. Dan, what about
She's
you?
a great actress to begin with,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Henry Cavill, but in something I've heard him, like you said, the fan cast. I've heard him for Captain Britain. I've heard him for Union Jack. I've heard him for Hyperion. I've heard him for Wonder
Mhm.
Man.
Yep.
He'd be good in all of them because he's a good actor with good range. I'm gonna say Henry Cavill as the original Captain Marvel, or at least the original Marvel Captain Marvel, Janice Vell.
mm,
Ooh.
Who was-
okay.
Who was kind of as close to
Hmm.
the Marvel equivalent of Superman as they would have had, like, in the 70s and 80s. Just
Hmm.
give him some blonde hair and let him go. I
Yeah.
think that would be a pretty cool one.
Ain't that
Yeah.
something? That's a
Yeah.
good pick. All right. Kevin,
It
what do
is.
you got? What's next on your list?
All right. Buckle up. We're talking Oscar Isaac as Blue Beetle.
Ted
Nice.
Cord.
Ted Cord.
Yes, I'm behind that 100%. That's a
That'd be pretty
great
cool.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah, right. The dude can pull off. He's kind of like the Gary Oldman of, younger Gary Oldman in that like he can do anything. Like everything they throw at him, he's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Well, all right. Here's my last pick that I have. Robert Redford. We know him from Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I think maybe either leave him as the age he is now or bring him back a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Scott. I think he would be a
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Alan Scott.
Yeah, that's
the
a good
original
pick.
Green Lantern.
Yeah.
That's all I have for you. Sal, why don't you go ahead and let us know what you got?
All right. I got a couple more, but I think I'll go with my funny one. This one I had. I just want to I pulled a rabbit out of my hat, not physically, mentally, but physically or anything like that, but mentally maybe. I have Danny DeVito played the Penguin, and of course we know the Batman Returns.
Yeah.
As the Mole Man.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that would be great.
Yes.
That's a wonderful choice.
Excellent.
Dan, can you beat that? What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Sam Rockwell from Iron Man 2 as Booster Gold.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I could see that.
And you go along with Kevin's Blue Beetle. I had someone else pick the Blue Beetle, but I'll just stick with Sam Rockwell for Booster Gold.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
Okay, Kevin, what else you got?
I got Margot Robbie as Dark Star. Once again,
Oh, nice.
kind of a deep cut, but I thought that would be pretty good. And I also have as honorable mentions Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, and I also have Ben Affleck as Daredevil.
Oh,
So-
interesting. Does that round out your list right there?
Unfortunately.
I got a couple more I'd like to throw out super fast.
I got two more.
I
Okay.
wish we could see Ben Affleck as Daredevil, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think he'll ever make a movie like that. And Ryan Reynolds is Green Lantern. James Gunn has already said that's low on his priority list. So sorry, Kevin.
Even
Those have been
Ryan Reynolds,
debunked.
even Ryan Reynolds was like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dan. Give us your last couple.
All right. Real fast, I'm gonna go the DC to Marvel and then the Marvel to DC. I'm gonna say Cillian Murphy as Namor.
What do we know him from?
He was Scarecrow in Batman, Peaky Blinders.
Ooh,
I
okay.
watched Peaky Blinders, and I was like, "That's Namor."
That's a good call. He has a very good look for that.
Neymar
Yeah.
was never a big, bulky dude anyways.
Right.
And if you just take away all his fat, thin him out, muscularize him, perfect.
You watch him in Peaky Blinders, and you're gonna go, "That's Namor."
Everybody
Cillian
tells me
Murphy
I need
has
to watch
very
this show.
angular features, which
Yep.
is the embodiment of Namor.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm
Go
gonna go
ahead, Dan.
Kevin Costner as Nick Fury.
Yes.
Jennifer Holland as White Queen.
Okay.
Jennifer Holland. I'm not sure if I'm familiar.
She played Harcourt in Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, married to James Gunn.
Okay.
Then I got a couple Marvel to DC. I'm going to say Bradley Cooper as Hal Jordan.
Yeah,
I can see
Yeah.
I
that.
see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
John Bernthal as Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since Guy Gardner's from Baltimore and John Bernthal is just finished up a series playing a cop in Baltimore. Actually,
He's preparing for it.
because John Bernthal's from Maryland. He lives not far from me.
Nice.
And then
Alice
that would be me as well.
Yeah. Alice Eve is Power Girl.
Who's
Okay.
Alice Eve again?
She was Typhoid Mary in in the second season of Iron Fist. She was in the second Star Trek movie,
Okay.
and Mickey Rourke as Wildcat.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Sal, what do you got? Finish us off.
So I got only two left, and I have Paul Beatty as Alfred.
Yeah.
Paul Beatty was
okay.
the Vision.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, yeah,
Mhm.
great choice.
Okay, and I
Yeah.
have Scarlett Johansson as Zatanna.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Interesting.
And
that
Paul Beatty's
would,
wife could be Catwoman.
There you go.
Mm.
that would be wonderful, guys. Those are great choices all the way around.
Yeah.
We got some really neat ones in there. Sonny's were okay. My son Ethan's were the best, and Sal's was right underneath that. So there you go. No, great choices, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any choices that you think would be good, a Marvel star playing a DC character or a DC star playing a Marvel character, let us know in the comments section what you think would happen. And we would love to
hear
see it.
them. Mhm.
Yeah. So we got a couple minutes left, guys. We moved through that pretty darn fast.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and end this wonderful night with our second topic. And we'll just go around. Sal, I'll let you take it away first, and then I'll close it out. What, if any, superhero movies, or TV show have a special connection to you? If you need a minute, you can pass, and Dan.
No, I got a couple, and the reasons are probably dumb.
I doubt it.
Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
That was my first R-rated movie, and my brother took me to see the movie because, I was a big, comic book guy even back then with the characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he brought me to take to that movie. So I kind of and it was my first R movie. I think I was 12 when it came out.
Ooh.
So
And that influenced Sal's life philosophy of crush your
please
enemies.
tell us.
what's
Crush
that?
your enemies. Crush your enemies.
See them driven before you,
you.
and hear
Hear
the lamentation of the women.
of the women. Yep. That's
Right. Do you go like this every day before breakfast?
Oh yeah, I do.
You scream Crom.
Mm-hmm. I pray to Crom.
To hell with
Lives
you.
high. He lives on his mountain. So that, and I have to say I really enjoyed the Spider-Man TV show back in the 70s.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, and I forget the actor. I think it's Nicholas Hammond.
Nicholas Hammond.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, Nicholas Hammond, and
Where he
only
would go
because
like
that was my
this and-
first. Yeah, that was my first real exposure to comics or a comic character in that medium.
Like live
You know?
action.
Yeah, like live
Got
action.
it. Okay.
I didn't
Yeah.
like how he had to, he turned his hand one way and it was a rope, but he turned it this way and it was
Yeah.
a capture web. But
Yeah.
anyhow, so
They almost did a crossover between that and the Lou Ferrigno Hulk.
I would
Yeah.
have loved to have seen it.
The
yeah,
only complaint I have about that series was that they made Spider-Man silent. He never did the witty quips or anything.
Yeah.
It was like
Small budget.
yeah.
Spider-Man.
You can't talk during this scene, guy, because our budget's too small. We can only do
can't
one
talk.
take. All right, I won't say anything.
We didn't have the budget for dialogue.
That's right. Just
Every piece of everything that you say, we have to pay you extra. Let's
yeah,
Mhm.
just swing around and throw some fists and kicks and do a tumble or two. Can you
But
do
you know what?
that?
They hardly showed any violence in that show.
Yeah.
They
But
hardly
they did
showed any
show him
violence.
crawling up walls and stuff.
Oh yeah, with the rope attached to him and everything. You
That's
could
right. Dan, what
Yeah.
about you? What do you got?
I've got a few of them, and it's more so of kind of when I think of, I watched this, it kind of makes me remember where I was, and they're not all really good. I remember the Linda Carter Wonder Woman show that
was
when I would
good.
go visit my grandmother on the weekends, sometimes I would watch that, and then sometimes she would take me to the video store to rent some stuff. And since I was a little kid that was into comics, but into comics in the way the little kid is, so you don't know anything about like collecting them or stories or writers or artists. It's just you go to the shop and it's like, or not even the shop at that point. It's like the gas station, the grocery store. And it's like,
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
getting whatever happens to be there that you can get for whatever
Right.
that happens to be there you can get for your couple cents.
allowance.
Yeah, so whatever videos and stuff were out there, you're like, oh, I watched this, and you had no, real, you had no real sense of like this was good or this was bad. It was just, oh, this is a superhero on a movie. Like, so I remember her taking me to the video store and renting like those old Captain America ones where he had like
on the motorcycle,
motorcycle,
and like the see-through shield,
yeah,
like stuff like that, and like watching the Lou Ferrigno Hulk show. I remember as a kid sitting in my basement watching that. So it just, it's, thinking of those just makes me think of that time of my life when like, all right, I'd be, going to my grandmother's house and I'd rent that. And then just, the stuff that I would do with her. And then I'll also say when the first X-Men movie came out, because that was, like I remember, well, I'd say Batman 89 too, because I remember my parents taking me to the movies to see it when I was a kid. And I remember coming out, my mom saying like, well, that was a pretty dark movie. And I was like, well, it's gothic. So
jeez, Mom, read it.
Like I remember like, just remembering like, my parents taking me to see that. And but like, older when the X-Men movie came out, because like that and Spider-Man were around the same time. And we hadn't had like big time comic movies in a long time that were like, it was usually smaller movies or movies where it was like the crappy Stallone Dread movie, and where they didn't really treat the source material seriously. But like I remember going to see specifically X-Men, which I think I saw in the theater, it was at least 3 times. And I remember sitting in the theater and having this sense of when the trailers were over and the movie started, thinking like not believing it was really going to be the X-Men on screen. Like I was just sitting there thinking like they're going to trick me. Like it's going to start and then it's going to end up being something different. They're going to be like, haha, you really thought we were going to make a live action movie? Like, come on. And just like having that sense that when it started and being like, this is really it. Like they really did the X-Men, because they didn't really, even when they did comic movies before that, like they didn't do teams. It was, they would do Spider-Man or Superman or Batman. Yeah, like it wasn't like here's an ensemble thing. And I just remember thinking like yes, like this is amazing. Like it's a whole group of them, and and
right on.
So I'll say I'll say those that smattering of bad and good movies.
That's awesome. Kevin, what do you got?
I would say the Batman 89, because between that and Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns, those 2 pieces of source material were the 2 things that brought Batman back to actually not being campy and silly. It was like, they brought Batman back to being the way Batman should be, which is hardcore, badass, dark, serious, great stuff.
Wearing purple gloves.
No.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
The other ones, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends back in the 80s, that introduced me to so many characters, and
very nice.
It was such a great series. Like
Stan Lee doing the intro, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
That's actually a really good impression there, Tim.
Well, I did meet the guy once, so there you go.
Awesome. Storm is forever like burned into my memory as like such a cool villain. And the last one I got, it's kind of a lot more recent, but I think the first Iron Man movie with Robert Downey Jr. is the perfect movie. It just is, there was nothing wrong with that film. Like they introduced Iron Man and they did it in a way that gave him a personality, which he did not have before Robert Downey Jr. gave him one.
Yeah. Other than
he's
a drunk.
Yeah.
He delved into the the Stan Lee idea for basically like I'm going to make Howard Hughes into a superhero with the whole like I don't accept anything that anybody hands me. Like it has to go to somebody else. Like that was just so. The minor details that they added for the character was just bloody brilliant. I thought those are just great films.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and it's so
awesome.
cool when you read the stories about how they made it, how they were just like writing the scenes right before they filmed them, and like they had the script and they were like, "This isn't good. We're just going to rewrite it each day, and we're just going to kind of we're going to make it up as we go."
And it turned out to be
turned out so fantastic.
And you know the most recent Fantastic Four movie is evidence of how that could turn so horribly wrong. So because of that, it's like that's such a great, amazing.
It shows a difference in director. Jon Favreau, Josh Trank.
Well, the newest Fantastic Four movie is less a Josh Trank, whatever. It's less his movie as it is a corporate 20th Century Fox movie.
Yeah.
There you go. Like it's so much not his movie that he's like, I don't even want my name on it.
Yeah, I don't want to be associated with this. Like, where's the director? Like, I think he's in his trailer. I don't know.
To close this off, I've got 3, and I'll run through them pretty quick. So the first is the Avengers. And when I was married, my stepkids and my future ex-wife went to the movie theater in Knoxville, Tennessee, to go see the Avengers. We had seen some of the other movies up to that point, but the Avengers was the big deal. And I remember being in the line at the theater. Like we had gotten there early, first showing of the afternoon on a Saturday. And even though we got there early, we were still halfway back inside the building. And I remember standing there with our tickets in hand, and I looked behind me, and it was going out the door. And I looked at my ex-wife, who is now my ex-wife. I looked at her, and I was like, "This is going to be different." I said, "It's not going to be the same after this." And that was true, because that was the first time they brought characters from singular movies together in one and made it work.
Yeah.
The other is Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man is my top favorite character. And when that movie was coming out, the first trailer with the Twin Towers, I saw that in Kentucky when I went to see Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within or whatever it is. And I saw the trailer, and I think I stood up in this theater and I said, "Holy shit, did you just see that?" And they're like, "Tim, sit down." No, what was that? That was Spider-Man. They're making a Spider-Man movie. Yeah, so I still got the ticket stub from seeing Final Fantasy, and I wrote on the back of it, Spider-Man trailer, don't forget. But the day that it came out, I was living here in Tennessee, and my brother Matt, you've seen him before in the first couple episodes of Codex After Dark, and he even did a couple Codex Gamings for us. But he, I think, was 12, and I woke him up at the time it was to send him to school, and I said, "Hey, you ain't going to school today. What? Is everything okay? Is mom sick?" I said, "No." I said, "Mom's fine. It's Spider-Man Day." What do you mean? I said, "Spider-Man comes out today. We're going to go see Spider-Man." So by God, we got in the car, we went to town, and we went to the theater, got there in line before the theater even opened, got our tickets, went and played video games in the arcade, went and saw the movie, had our minds collectively blown. And then after we came out, I was like, "You want to go see it again?" "What? Go see it a second time in a row?" I said, "Yeah, let's go." And we bought tickets for the next showing, went back and saw it again. It was the greatest day ever. And I think I saw that movie 3 or 4 times in the theater. One of those times I was late to work because I was seeing Spider-Man. Tim, you're 15 minutes late. Guy, I was seeing Spider-Man. I'm sorry. Well, that's no excuse. It is what it is. But
I saw Spider-Man 3 times in the one day.
In the same day?
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
I don't blame you. It was that good of a movie. Don't tell Harry.
I saw X-Men 3 times. I think I saw Spider-Man twice, and I want to say I saw Avengers. I saw it at least twice. I want to say 3 times because I remember when I worked at Domino's, one of the many Domino's I worked at, they scheduled me for this split shift one day where
I'm going to see
it was like I opened and then they had me off for like 2 hours in the middle of the day and then coming back on, and I was like, dude, I live like 30, 40 minutes away from here. He's like, I'm like, if I leave, I'm not coming back. Like, what is this split shift? But then I remembered, like, you know what? There's a movie theater like 2 miles down the road, and I went and saw like, oh, they have a showing of Avengers starting 10 minutes after the split shift starts of mine. So I was like, I'll go see Avengers, and I went and saw it in 3D because I was like, you know what? Whatever, I'll see it. And I watched it. I'm like, all right, yeah, this was a waste of a couple extra bucks for the 3D, but whatever.
No,
I
wasn't. That was great.
I'm not a big 3D fan for movies. I think it's most movies.
I'm not either, actually. It actually gives me a headache.
It does do that to a lot of people. It doesn't do it to me though, because I'm half blind as it is. But let me tell you,
how the kind of glasses fit over my regular glasses too.
Yeah.
It's kind of uncomfortable. But if I take my glasses off, then it's like, all right, it's 3D, but it's blurry.
well, Dan, you got to get the stylish frames instead of the office worker frames. But let me tell you, yeah, I got one more. Let me tell you this last one, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So obviously, it is Superman the movie, but there's a reason for that. And I've told this story before on a different YouTube channel, Grady Meat, if you guys want to go search for that. And I think I have told it here on the Codex station before, but if not, I will tell it now. So Superman the movie, Christopher Reeve, 1978. My dad was in the army at that time, and he was over in Germany, and they didn't get the movie where he was until 79. May of 79 to be exact. So him and my mom went to go see this movie. She has a giant watermelon of a child ready to come out, and they go to the theater, and as soon as the beginning of the movie starts, my mom starts having contractions.
Oh, no way.
And she looks to my dad and says, Doug, I'm having contractions. Doug is my dad's name. And she says, I think I'm going into labor. And he goes, dear, the movie just started.
Superman.
Cross your legs.
Can you wait 2 hours? And she said, I don't know. I'll try. So in his defense, he did love my mom for a couple of years. And that was one of the years that he did, but it was Superman. He'd been waiting so long to see this movie. I know there's a kid coming. It's our second child, but can you make him wait 2 hours until this is over? By God, I hung in there. I did not meet the world until after the movie was over. And when the movie was over, my mom looked at my dad and said, get me to the hospital right now.
The only thing that would make that story better is if she went into labor in the theater while watching Superman.
No, that'd be something else.
That would be newsworthy,
awesome,
right?
That's great.
Super Baby comes out during Superman.
Yeah.
I do have an honorable mention, but I'll make it super quick.
Well, go ahead, Kevin.
Sorry, go ahead.
Because I got a little more to this story.
Okay.
So Superman the movie is connected in more ways than one to my family. So with me, my mom going through labor during Superman, my daughter, she is every bit of 13 now. Gracelyn, hi, I love you, and I love you from afar. She won't let anybody touch her. I give her air high fives and hugs and kisses awkwardly, like, okay, all right, we're good. But anyways, when she was a tiny little baby and she was precious as the morning sun, she could get cranky and ornery. And we tried everything to get her to calm down, and nothing was working. We were in our car at the time, and it had a cassette player in the car, tape deck.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this little case of cassettes, and in it was I'll actually get it right here because I still have the cassette.
Oh wow.
Superman.
Nice.
That's
the
amazing.
movie. I still have it. I found this at a thrift store one day, and the little foamy thingy in here is gone. So I just have to add that. But this is the very cassette that I popped in to that tape player, and I said, let me try something. And my ex-wife was like, we got to do something. She's just not calming down. Put that sucker in, and all of a sudden you hear, dun, 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 you know how it starts and all that stuff, and she was quiet.
Such an iconic soundtrack.
Oh, it is.
We were watching her, and the song would go, and it'd build up to the crescendo and all that stuff, and she was done. Every time she'd get fussy, we would toss this tape in. And now, watching it for the first time with my son, who's sitting back there, hearing every word I say, he is every bit 11, going to turn 12 here pretty soon. And
happy birthday.
Well, there you go. I'll let him know.
Yeah.
He discovered that movie tonight. It was his first time watching that, and he fell in love with it as much as I love it now.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Movie.
That's super. Listen to that. I see what you did there.
Yeah, there you go. Kevin, you said you had an honorable mention, and then we'll go ahead.
I did, but I probably should have left it with your story because that was like the best story ever.
No, what's your honorable mention? Go ahead.
Sandman, which came out on Netflix last year. I have been waiting for that for decades. So the fact that they finally came out with it and they did it right, it was just perfect. I've been waiting for that for since I read the comic back in, was it 89 that came out, something like that?
I think so, somewhere in there.
Yeah. So perfect moment.
All right, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a great spot to put this episode to bed. Tuck it in, play some Superman for it, and call this a night. Before we do that, though, Kevin, let everybody know where they can find you on Facebook.
There's this website called Facebook that you can go on, and it's pretty cool. It's a social media app. And if you go onto that, there's this place you can go called Comic Character of the Day, where we post a different character, cover, question, anything humorous, anything news based upon the comic book geekery that we all love. We're almost at 500 members. When we get to that number, we're going to be doing a giveaway, free comic book swag. And with your help, if you join up, we can get that out to a lucky winner sooner rather than later. And we'd love to have you come and check us out. Comic Character of the Day on Facebook. Thank you.
There you go. Dan, what about you? You do some fancy little artwork there. Why don't you tell everybody how they can find you?
Yep, you can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art, or you can search hashtag Dan Kelly Art on there and post my art and music. More the art than music. I'll post pinups that I do and sketch cards and sketch covers like this Batman one here that I did a while ago, which is available, and commissions are open. So hit me up. I am also close to 500 members, so when I hit 500, I will randomly pick somebody to get a free commission. So go check it out with my page as well as Codex and Sal's page and Kevin's page. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and come help build the tree. And then we got this cat up here.
What do you got, Sal? Where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner and Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
Fantastic. Awesome. Knife safety is key. So.
Knife safety is key. I don't have as many followers as Dan does, though.
He also doesn't have as many fingers as Dan does.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget all three of these crazy cats you can find every week on Comic Character of the Week. Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Batman. These have all been done before. Gentlemen, what is coming up in the future?
The next one that we are going to be doing is the one, the only Slade Wilson, Deathstroke the Terminator.
There you go. So you guys got that to look forward to. And Jamie will be there with these three gentlemen, and they will have a great time educating you on some new characters. As for me, you can find me on the Codex podcast. I'm there every week with Sonny and Jamie, decoding panels, breaking the code, Codex reviews. I'm all over the place. I'm everywhere. All you got to do is find us on socials. You know how to do that. You know what to do. Type in the Codex Station. That is where we are. We also have a website that is called thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. You can even get awesome merchandise there, and coffee cups, stickers, and some new t-shirts are on their way. Is that bagely art? I think that's 4 times I've said that this whole episode. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us tonight. We have enjoyed every moment of it. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, and leave a comment so it helps the YouTube algorithm gods and the Twitch streaming gods. Let them know that we deserve to be shown, and spread the word. Once again, ladies.
And thank you, Tim. Tonight was a lot of fun. I appreciate you hosting us.
No problem. No problem. Always happy to step in when somebody steps out, or when you guys tell me, hey, get your tail in here and sit with us. I'll be there. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim. This wonderful guy over here is the beautiful Sal the Slab guy. Down below is the ever glorious Archduke Kevy. And on this side right there, all the way over there, is the out of the closet, always drawing, always sketching, Dan Kelly art. Yeah, this is Codex After Dark. We are the Codex Station, and we will see you next time.
Awesome. Much love. Peace.